What's good, y'all? It's Night Trey Lane here, and let's talk about football. So, NFL regular season is not that far away. Thank God. We're almost there. But each week, this week, I'm going to talk about the divisions. I'm going to do it by, north, south, west. So, today, I will release another video later about the AFC North. But right now, I'm going to do the NFC North and talk about my predictions, how I expect this season to go, how this team looks, and where do I think they're going to rank within the division. So, starting off in the bottom, I have the Minnesota Vikings. They had a terrible offseason. Let's talk about it. You know what? First off, rest in peace, Kyrie. Hopefully your soul is up there in heaven watching down on your team. But condolences to his family, condolences to all the fans of Minnesota, to the organization. Sucks to know that one of your rookies that you draft just go away like that. Sucks. So, even though I'm a Packer fan and I don't like the Vikings, I never want to see that. Even if it's a Viking player, I just never want to see that. But the Vikings have had a rough offseason, with the death and then injuries. Jordan Addison, I heard, is out. I don't know how long. I'm going to have to double check on that. But I know he got carted off during practice. Literally on the day that they announced that Digit would be out with a torn meniscus for the whole season. So that literally screwed over their whole season. I literally thought the Vikings could make this division interesting, especially if JJ plays really good. And now I don't see this team really. I can see them being competitive. Brian Flores knows how to make this defense competitive, but there ain't really any bright spots in that defense. You have Harrison Smith, you have Byron Murphy, you have Dallas Turner, who I think could be a pretty good rookie, but I think that pass rush might be very bad this year. Hell, that run defense might be bad, especially with Daniil Hunter out there now. I don't know how they're going to contain the outsides. Like I said, unless Dallas Turner becomes really good his rookie year, kind of like a Micah Parsons type of year, I don't see this defense being that good. They're probably not going to be top 10 worse just because of Brian Flores. He knows how to get the most out of his guys on the defensive side. But I don't think the defense is really that talented. Look on the offensive side, on the other hand, they're very talented. Obviously, losing guys like Jordan Addison, I don't know, like I said before, I don't know how long he's going to be out. I don't think he's going to be out all season, but I'll check the update on that. But they have guys like Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. Like, they have weapons. They definitely have the weapons. But the issue is, and they have a solid O-line. They have Christian Darrisaw. They have a very solid O-line. But the situation is their quarterback. And I'm going to just be like this. You really think Nick Mullins, Sam Darnold, or Jaron Hall are going to pull off some Nick Foles, or Jaron Hall is going to freaking have a great year too? Like, I just don't see it. The Vikings, to me, they would have been interesting. They would have been in the running for the playoffs. But now, since we found out that JJ got hurt, I think this team will probably be a top 5 worst team. I really do. I think the Vikings will end up last. I think they'll probably finish around 5-12, 6-11. Maybe their ceiling, they go make a run 8-9, 7-10. I do think there might be a stretch during the season where they're on a run where they look good, because the Vikings usually do. They usually go on a good winning streak. But without a good quarterback, they don't even have a competent quarterback like Minshew. I don't see this Vikings team doing anything impressive. And their ceiling, like I said, what would be above expectations is probably 7, 8 wins. But right now, I see them going 5-12. I see them being the top 5 worst teams in the league. So hopefully the Vikings can get a draft pick. I hope I don't regret saying that from down when they win the damn Super. Nah, it's the Vikings. They never win anything in fucking Minnesota. But yeah, I just don't see. This just might be a rebuild year, and seeing what your young guys can do for the Vikings this year. And maybe even make some trades if you really need to. So next up, I got the Chicago Bears going in 3rd. I honestly think they can make a run for it if Caleb Williams is really good like he's advertised. If he has a CJ Stroud or better type of season his rookie year, this Bears team can be scary. I know I've been watching some film. I know Keenan Allen doesn't look that good. He's kind of moving slow and old. I do think last year was one of his best years you're going to get out of him at his age. So I don't know how good he'll be, but it definitely does help Caleb that he has that veteran presence. He has DeAndre Swift. He has Cole Kmet. I know he hasn't been in the league that long, but he still has been in the league longer than him. And then they have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. Those are good weapons to surround yourself for a rookie quarterback. I don't think I ever seen a rookie quarterback. I lied. Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy don't count because they didn't build it around Brock Purdy. They didn't build it around him. But I don't think I ever see a situation where a team built such a good situation for a rookie quarterback to come into. So for him to fail is honestly on Caleb. It's honestly on Caleb. It's honestly on the quarterback coach developing him. It's on the head coach. It's on the offensive coordinator. It's literally on Caleb and the development that the coaching staff do. Because I'm sorry, but if Chicago fucks up Caleb Williams, I don't know if you're ever going to get a good quarterback. Because you fucked up one of the most talented quarterbacks you ever had if you do that. So, Chicago, don't fuck this one up like you usually do. You fucked up Justin Fields. You fucked up every other quarterback you had. You pick a bad quarterback. It would be nice to play the Bears and be like, oh shit, we can lose as a Packer fan. I'm dead ass. It's fun to beat on y'all, but sometimes it does get tiring. I'm like, shit, man. When's it gonna get competitive? We're one of the best rivalries, one of the oldest rivalries in NFL history, and we've been dogging y'all ass for a while now. Don't get me wrong, the Bears used to do the same shit before the Packers got Brett Favre. Those 70s and 80s, Bears were dominating the Packers. It was just like today. But now, Packers are dominating the Bears. So, it would just be nice for the Bears and Packers to be competitive. But let me stop jibber-jabbing. So, the Bears, where I think they can probably end up, I honestly think they can go 9-8. I think the most wins they can get is 9. A ceiling would probably be 10. I think they can do pretty good with their schedule's not that hard. They have a few hard teams. Their most hard games are probably the 49ers and the division games. But other than that, they have pretty winnable games. Yeah, they got versus teams like the Texans, but they got some mid teams. They got some bad teams they play up against. So they can have they could win this year. They could sneak into the playoffs if everything goes right for them. But right now, I'm just predicting 9-8, maybe 8 wins. But it really depends in the development, like I said, with Caleb Williams. Because I think their defense will be pretty damn good this year. They always have a good run game. The Bears, they always find a way to get a good run game. And the wide receiver core should be good. I don't know if Keenan Allen's going to be what they want him to be since he is getting older. And what I'm watching from the practice film, he doesn't look like he's moving like he used to, but we'll find out. But I really think Rome, DJ, and Cole Kmet are going to get the ball a lot. Now, to second place, I got the Green Bay Packers, and this is a very young team. I'm loving my Packers. I'm keeping up with them. It seems like everyone's focused on one thing in that entire organization, and that's winning the Super Bowl. That's awesome. Now, do I think they're better than the Lions? I think they're close, but I don't think they're better. I think the Lions are better than the Packers. I think it's close, but I think it really depends on the development. Jordan Love, we need him to take that superstar step. You know, we saw that he can be a starting quarterback in this football league. Now we need to see if he can be a superstar in this league. If he can be up to the names with Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. Like, you see, I say those 4 guys' names, you're like, shit. If I had those guys on my team, I'll go to the Super Bowl. I'll win the Super Bowl. But we need to know if Jordan Love is up in that caliber. We need to know if he's going to be consistently a top 5, top 8, top 10 quarterback. We need to know that. For me, the Packers' development relies on this offense becoming monsters, because I think their defense is going to have a good year. I think Jeff Hafley came in, put a good defensive scheme and mindset into the defensive players. They seem to put their hand in the dirt, love to hit motherfuckers, talking shit, being aggressive, flying all over the place. That's what you needed for a defense. You need defense to play smash mouth, high speed football, going all over the place. You need the linebackers to hit motherfuckers. You need the linebackers to move all over the place. You need your secondary to lock down shit down. You need your safety moving all over. You need your defensive line just cruising through and powering over the offensive linemen. You just need that on the defense. The only issues I have for the Packers is their special teams and their offense development. There has been moments where we see a lot of rookies in their second year have that sophomore slump, meaning they kind of, teams get film on you. They kind of figure it out a little bit, and it takes a while for players to figure out how to overcome that. So we need to figure out if that offense can overcome that. But Matt LaFleur is a genius. He's a smart guy. He knows how to. He's been doing this for a while. He knows how to run the offense, and we'll see how it goes. Special teams, that might be an issue because, yes, Anna Carlson is a second guy. He's developing all that stuff, but it seems like he's still having the same issues. He would hit a 54-yarder like with ease. You'd be like, oh shit, this guy can hit 54-yarders. And then he gets to 31, 20, anything under 40, and he misses to the right. You're like, didn't you just make a 54 with ease earlier? How the hell did you miss a 34-yarder? It's just been the same thing with the other kickers too. Greg Joseph has been struggling as well. We'll see how the kicking situation is throughout the season, but I am worried about the kicking situation. I am worried if that Anna Carlson's not developing that they want him to develop, and they might go out and see another kicker. They literally might go see and get another kicker. Matt LaFleur did say we'll see how the league develops over the season. That does indicate they are looking towards if a kicker is available, they'll trade for a kicker if he's doing well. So that's also going to be something to look out for. But I think the Packers can make a good run for anyone's money. I think they can make the playoffs. I think that's their ceiling, is make the playoffs. I think anything lower than that would be a step back. You know, they made the playoffs last year. They got to make the playoffs again. It would be a step back if they don't. I think they'll probably get like 11 wins, maybe 10. I don't see them. I will say this would be a bad situation if the Packers miss the playoffs or have like anything lower than like 7 wins, because then they were like a step back and like, oh, okay, what the fuck just happened? But I think the Packers will have a run for them, give the Lions a run for the money for this division. Now, number 1, I have the Detroit Lions. Yes, I have the Lions repeating being division champions again, and good for them. Lion fans, I'm starting to notice y'all got a mouth. Act like you know how to win, bro. Y'all are starting to become actually a little annoying now, so watch your damn mouth. Y'all gotta act like you been here. Don't be acting like you haven't done this, or they haven't done it in so long, so you can't be too mad, but y'all are starting to get fucking annoying. But Lions, they did a good job in the draft and making sure they got in secondary guys. That was probably their weakest part of their fucking defense, is their secondary, because they were getting torched every time they played a good set of receivers and a good passing quarterback. And the Lions can be a really good team this year. I don't know why I have a feeling they'll take a step back. Not in like the win territory, but like how good they are, like how they win. I think they'll win a little more sloppy, but I think this Lions team can go far. I think this team could go to the NFC Championship. I think if they don't make, I would say, the divisional round or the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl again, I'd be like, ugh. Because if they make the playoffs or don't make the playoffs and they're one and done in the playoffs, it'd be like, oh, okay, you did all these improvements. What's the problem? You know, it ain't the coaching staff, because he did all that for you. I do think one thing that Coach Campbell got to pick up on is that when you're in the playoffs, don't make stupid mistakes like you did with the 49ers. It's great to be aggressive, but you can't be too aggressive. Take the fucking field goal when you got the field goal. All right? Then I wouldn't have to watch a 49er and Chiefs fucking Super Bowl. But take the field goal. Don't be dumb. Don't be too aggressive. There are times to be aggressive, and there's times to not be aggressive. You know, I do like that they be aggressive. I do like that. I do like that style, but I think that's something the coaching staff need to pick up on, and maybe the offensive coordinator or like the assistant coach to be like, hey, we should go for the field goal here. We're up. We don't need to keep going for it. Just notice that, because that can be an issue if Campbell keeps doing that for some games, because some games can cost you. They're not going to always work. There's a reason why a lot of those are low percentage. It's not going to always work if you just go for it. So make sure you just make smart decisions, Campbell. But let me talk about the coach. This Lion team, I honestly think they can get 13, 12 wins. I honestly do. I think anything lower than 10 would probably be a step back for them. It really would. Anything lower than 10 would be like, okay, what the hell happened? I mean, but I think Jared Goff should have a good year. I think Amon should have a great year. I do think this will raise a question, though. If I do think though they should have gotten another wide receiver in the draft. I think they should have did a move to get another wide receiver. I know they got a good receiving core with Josh Reynolds, Amon, Sam Laporta, in the tight end. But I do think it would help Amon if there was a second, like kind of like a Chris Godwin or a Juju on the Steelers, or just someone who can be the second guy, the Robin to the Batman. So, but hey, they're gonna be a good team, so I shouldn't be saying whatever. But the Lions, I think they'll go 13-4. I don't. If they get anything lower than 10 wins, I think that's a step back. My ceiling probably for them would probably be having the best record in the league. I do think the Lions are going to be one of the best teams in the league next year. I'd be shocked if they're not a top 3 seed in the NFC. I'd be shocked. I'd be very shocked. I'd be shocked if Amon's not leading receiving yards this year. Aiden Hutchinson, I think, will have a big year. So hopefully all these NFC North teams have a good season. I predict them some not to have. I predict some to do. At the end of the day, it's football. I would love if all these teams, wouldn't lose any other team but each other. That would be fucking amazing. So that's all I got. NFC North predictions. There you go. And I'll see y'all later. Night out.